Truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Monday, April 10th, 2017. One of the news headlines today is that in Rome, Pope Francis has opened a free laundromat. They're saying it's a small laundromat. It has 6 washers, 6 dryers, and a number of irons. I wonder if it's 6 more. They're also saying that Whirlpool, the corporation, is who built the laundromat and donated the machinery. And the article says that Whirlpool will always provide the laundry detergent. So a little bit of corporate advertising. Now, most people will look at this news story and say, I really like Pope Francis. He's doing a lot of great things. Now a free laundromat for the poor. This comes after the February 16th, 2015 story of Pope Francis opening a free shower and barbershop and salon so that poor people can stay clean and maintain their appearance. So now he's done that, and his second building opened for the poor, a laundromat. On the surface, these seem like great deeds, nice things to do. Ways to help out people who are in need of services, something that a lot of people in this world need. But at the same time, if you look, both of these facilities are very small. They can only help out so many people. And instead of making it that focus, this is the point I want to make. The Catholic Church has a history of corruption and thieving money and misallocating it and providing it to the mafia. And worse, the 33-day Pope John Paul I died September 28th, 1978, and what he said, he was the 33-day Pope. He died on his 33rd day of being Pope. He said his mission as the Pope was to clean up the Vatican Bank because there was all of this corruption and misallocated money by the Church. And that was 1978. Here we are almost 40 years later. Ever since then, there's been no effort in the Catholic Church to solve this problem. So do you think anything's changed? Absolutely not. And what I'm going to show you is Pope Francis is one of these mafia gangsters. He's one of the people that's part of the corruption, responsible for the thieving and misallocation. And what's sick is Pope Francis, who is truly a mafia gangster, he tries to pretend like he's this nice, sweet man doing good things for the poor. People have no idea how much corruption this man is attached to that does so much harm to so many people in this world. So his little nice deed, being attached to the barbershop and the shower and the laundromat, it's a farce, It's trying to appear good when you're not. And this is what people need to know. Now I'm going to show you why this story comes today and also why the barbershop and shower was opened February 16th, 2015. It has a lot to do with the number of the beast from the 66th book of the Bible, Revelation. Today they're opening a laundromat with 6 washers and 6 dryers. And the article says, and a number of irons. I can guess which number that is. So, the 33-day Pope, Pope John Paul I, he died September 28th, 1978. I don't know why I didn't catch that when I took this screenshot, but if you want to look this up, he died September 28th, 1978. That is the day after the Jesuit order's birthday, the Masonic secret society within the Catholic Church, which Pope Francis is a member of. It's public knowledge that Pope Francis is the first publicly Jesuit Pope. This man, the 33-day Pope, died after the Jesuit order's birthday. The Vatican covered up his autopsy and cause of death, and almost everyone thinks it's arsenic. We're going to talk about why arsenic's so interesting in regards to dying on the 33rd day. Please know, though, that the day he died, September 28th, 1978, date with 44 numerology. We'll be talking about the language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. Kill equals 44, execution 44, genocide 44, a number that has a lot to do with death. Vatican Bank also shares gematria 44, which he pledged to clean up as Pope. He said he was going to end the corruption, fix the money, help out more people. That was up 40 years ago. It hasn't happened. Now here's Pope Francis, part of the Jesuit mafia, coming out saying, he's such a nice man, and here's 6 free washers and drying machines from Whirlpool, which is pretty much, think about it. That's going to cost Whirlpool less than it would cost for them to run a commercial during the Super Bowl, even with a lifetime of free detergent. You know what I mean? This is just a small gesture, and these people steal a lot. So here's what's up with Laundromat. He's opening a free laundromat. It has the gematria of 119, that special number. Francis 119. Vatican 119. This is the number for the all-seeing eye, and we know how this is on the dollar bill, right? All-seeing eye, 119. Star of David, 119. The Star-Spangled Banner, 119. Confession, a Catholic thing, 119. Master plan, special number. You never seen my work on September 11th, a date that's written 11/9 in most parts of the world. I would check that out. Now here's the thing about arsenic in regards to a death in the Vatican that was covered up. A is the first letter. S is the 19th letter. 119. 119 in letters to numbers. Arsenic, atomic number of 33. Atomic mass of 74. Arsenic in gematria sums to 33. This Pope dead on the 33rd day. Almost everyone thinks it was arsenic. The easiest way to kill someone. Been used all throughout history to murder people. There's even a song about it from 1983, Murder by Numbers. Which is the easiest putting arsenic in somebody's coffee. Nobody will even know. As for the atomic mass of 74, what's very interesting about that is in gematria, alphabetic order, Jesus equals 74, cross equals 74, Messiah 74, gospel 74, parables 74. Jesus on the cross at 33. Out of the 50 states in the United States of America, the English-speaking nation with the 7-4 birthday, only one sums to 74. It's the 33rd state, Oregon. You look around, it's interesting how these numbers have been paired on things. The qualifying wind speeds for a hurricane are 33 meters per second, or the translation is 74 miles per hour. Arsenic, hurricanes, destruction, death, Jesus on the cross. So here's the little laundromat they opened. Looks like they made it orange. If you follow my work, you know about orange and 33. Anyhow, Whirlpool, the company, they're one of many corporations that uses the logo that incorporates Saturn. You see the ring through Whirlpool? That ring, of course they make machines that spin in cycles, which most people will associate it with, but this is also a ring of Saturn, which is so important to the occult. So many corporate logos tie in Saturn. Saturn has to do with ruling time, being the ultimate authority. It's a symbol of power. So Whirlpool has the Saturn symbolism. Saturn is incredibly important to Freemasonry. Notice that Saturn has gematria of 42, like Jesuit. We're talking about the Jesuit order, also known as the Society of Jesus, which is the Masonic order within the Catholic Church, Freemason 42. The original printed Bibles, 42-line Bibles. New Testament equals 42. It begins with the 42 generations to Jesus. The Catholic Church has had impact on all of Christianity. In the Bible, it says to worship on Saturday, but Christians worship on Sunday. Sunday. Using the alphabetic order, Saturn equals 93. They tell us the sun is 93 million miles away. Using the alphabetic order, God's Son equals 93. Crucifix equals 93. Sunday, the sun. They call them Masons, Freemasons. Anyhow, Whirlpool also has gematria of 56, like Society of Jesus. That's the official name for the Jesuit order. The 33-day Pope, dead the day after the, Jesuit order's birthday. With regards to orange and its gematria of 33, let's not forget we're talking about the Catholic Church, the CC, C, the third letter, the CC, the 33, that paid for Christopher Columbus to sail the ocean blue, who discovered the Americas. Americas equals 33, Indian equals 33. Nonsensical history. What we're taught from a young age is to believe nonsense or else. The word believe equals 33 with a lie right in the middle. You're supposed to believe the Bible. A man was swallowed by a whale. He lived in its belly for a week, and he lived to tell about it. There's even a story about it in the Bible. There's a man who gathered up all the animals, and they lived happily ever after on his boat. They never took a shit. They didn't eat each other. They lived there without food for 40 days and 40 nights, and then they replenished the earth. These stories are bullshit, just like Christopher Columbus discovering the Americas where the Indian people already lived. This doesn't make any sense. He thought he was in India, people already lived there. Bullshit. Freemasons have done this to us. This is all about control. This is agenda. This is world domination. And the U.S., a big part of it. They've bred a lot of ignorant people that are useful idiots who contribute to this military agenda. World domination. The Catholics, the Freemasons, it's the whole history. So a few more observations. We're going to connect this to the 2015 barbershop and shower opening, and we're going to talk about the number of the beast. Free laundromat, if you put the word free in front of it, sums to 153, like washing machines, like Holy Bible. If you haven't read the Bible, there's the miraculous catch of 153 fish. Fish happens to be a word with 66 gematria, and I'm thinking about how they're putting in 6 washers and 6 dryers. Most Bibles, 66 books in length, you learn about the number 666, the number of the beast. In the 66th book, number of the beast equals 66. The verse begins, here is wisdom, and then it teaches you how to calculate the number of the beast. Here is wisdom 66. The New Testament is also what ends the Bible. The 66th book is Revelation, where you learn about 666. New Testament, 66, as well as 42. It's all mathematics. The word math has gematria 42 and 66 as well. Today's date, the date of this news, the washing machines, April 10th, 2017. It's a date with 51 numerology. This is coming out of Rome. Rome equals 51. Just could be coincidental, but 6 dryers also happens to equal 51. Maybe there's some symbolism I'm not getting there. The heat, the fire, revelation, fire from the sky, the destruction of the earth for the return of the Savior. By the way, Savior, 42. If you spell it with a U, 33. Today, April 10th, it's also the 100th day of the year. The 100th day. When you write out 100, it sums to 74, like Roman Catholicism, like Masonic, like occult, like Jewish, like killing, like Jesus, like cross. Vatican also shares the gematria of 47, just like the word Christian. The Freemasons have the compass and square. The compass is set at 47 degrees, number representing time. Here's Pope Francis before he's the Pope in Buenos Aires on a train. Whoever took this picture, obviously a Freemason. He's doing a Masonic pose. It's called the hidden hand. Not revealing something. Secret society. Showman. Mr. 6 washers and 6 dryers. Here, you have that while we steal millions, billions from the world. You know what I mean? And then we're also to sit here and say, what a nice man. What a great Pope he is. Pope Francis has gematria 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society, like 2. It's 2 years later. It's actually 2 years and 2 months later that he's opening up, his next building. First it was the shower salon. Now it's the laundromat. 2, number of building and division. The Freemasons builders. One of their mottos, divide and conquer, order out of chaos. 258. Barbershop, 58. He opened it in St. Peter's Basilica. The shower and barber service, as they put it in the CNN article, has gematria of 135. That's the number for the key of David, also from Revelation. The city of Philadelphia is named in regards to the key of Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia was established in history on a date with 153 numerology. But anyhow, this happened February 16th, 2015. What's interesting about that date, in the U.S. we write that 2/16, 216. If you multiply 6 times 6 times 6, you know the number of the beast, 666, you get 216. 216. February 16th is the 47th day of the year. 31 days in January, 16 in February. 47th day. The word beast is 47, like Vatican, like Christian. It's Christianity that teaches how to calculate the number of the beast. It's the Freemason compass that's set at 47 degrees. If you've never seen my decode of Revelation 13:18 and the verse 666, the verse has masonry coded right into it. Go back, check out my work. Done it a number of times because it's important information. Or just learn the language of gematria and do it yourself. Everything I do, you can verify. It's just mathematics. The outcomes aren't going to be different for me than they are for you. Just like 2 plus 2 is 4 to me, as it is to you. Anyone who would come and tell you that anybody can do this and reshuffle and use words to make any numbers, that's the exact same as saying that you can spell any word you want with any letters. It isn't so. But check this out. February 16th, 2015, the date he opened the first barbershop, date with 53 numerology. The word religion equals 53. The word Catholic's 35. We've only had one Catholic president in the United States, JFK, the 35th president. That was also a date with 33 numerology. He opened the salon, the barbershop. Carbon. We're made out of carbon. Carbon is interesting because it has 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. 666. What we're made out of. 666 is the number of man. What's amazing is how this is written in the Bible so long ago before, well, at least what we're told, before there was modern science and any way to know this. But what I remind people is, look, we don't know what happened in the history of the world. Perhaps there was a time where man was as evolved as we are now, more evolved. You could say we've really, gone the opposite direction. But the point is, I'm trying to say, in past, maybe society was as technologically sophisticated, and we don't know. Maybe that world was destroyed and we had to start over. We don't know. But somehow in the Bible, it knew that 666 was the number of man. We're made out of carbon, and carbon, at least what we're told, has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. I've never verified that myself, but there's got to be a scientist out there who would tell us if it was not true. Then again, maybe not. Maybe it's all part of the manipulation too. As I've shown, a lot of things in science are numbers that connect directly to the Bible. Is the whole thing a massive conspiracy of misinformation and basing things in numbers that no one can verify? Possible. I can't tell you the sun's 93 million miles away. I can't tell you for sure that carbon has 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons. I learned it in a book just like you. Just like how I learned once upon a time that a man lived in the belly of a whale. Jonah. So anyway, very interesting how it all lines up though, right? Opening this for the poor, the Bible. That's what I like about the Bible. The Bible, you're supposed to take care of the poor. You're supposed to be about the truth. You're supposed to take care of the poor. See, I grew up a Christian, and I learned all the valuable things, and I've always been true to that. But then I started to realize, this religion is not good for people. It's got people believing and not thinking, and falling for authority, and falling for the lies, and falling for a poor old man like Pope Francis, who's ripped off so many people in his life, and then wants to be the hero out here with his 6 washers and dryers, doing a little advertising for Whirlpool. By the way, shower and salon happen to be words that share the gematria of 74 in this reverse ordinal. St. Peter's Square, also the gematria of 59, like Pope Francis, like Freemasonry. From the opening of the barbershop salon shower to today, the opening of the laundromat, 112 weeks. Check this out. Catholicism, 112. Mathematics, 112. Zionist, 112. If you've ever wondered why people look so Jewish in the Catholic Church, it's because they are. Yeah. If you don't know about The false Jews, as written about in the end of Revelation, the synagogue of Satan, that's who created your Catholic Church and your Vatican. 119 is their number. That's their number. That's why Star of David 119, all-seeing eye, the money they control. The reason they want to be in everything, why they want to be involved in the religions of the world, the governments of the world, is because those things control people. And these people are after control. You know, this is a long agenda. Also, CNN in their story mixes in some more programming. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. You got to think the Pope is nice, but then they remind you to hate on poor people. That you shouldn't trust poor people, people who beg for money. Give to panhandlers not knowing how they spend it? Survey? No, 57. Yes, 43. That's not the Christian way. The Christian way is you don't make assumptions about people and assume, that they're going to do something negative. You let them prove with their actions. So you see a poor person in help, you just help them out. You find out that they burn you, well, then you correct your behavior. But you see, the media wants to push programming and that assumptive behavior. Look at most homeless people that sit on the corners. 100 cars drive by before somebody gives something. And, a lot of those people will use the money for things that don't help their life. But that's not the point. The point is about helping your fellow man, living for something more than yourself. So, this story on the surface is about that, helping out the poor, giving them something they can use. But really, the truth is, so many people are poor in this world because we've been, completely effed over by this unjust authority that pretends to be something it's not. It's just like here in the United States of America. Government always trying to paint itself as the good guy while also staging all this false fear and terrorism so that they can go play hero. So that they can steal everyone's money, so that they can take their rights away. And don't forget, at the beginning of this nation, it was Catholicism. There was the Catholic colony where Washington, D.C. is. It's not a coincidence that Washington, D.C. resides between Maryland and Virginia. Virgin Mary, If there was ever a hero in the Catholic Church, it must have been this guy, Unless this is all part of the show and deception and mockery as well. They have a man come in, he says he's going to clean up the corruption, and then he dies 33 days later, and nobody does anything about it. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.